Now, and
forward to that, and of course out there at Rose Hill today, the punters, they'll be looking for a few favourable results, and he's just the man to give them the right steer, the Wizard of Odds, Kenny Callender.
Thanks very much, Maxie. Well, to quote my old mate Johnny Tapp, it's one of God's own days here at Rose Hill, and we've got some crackerjack racing to go with it. Races 5 through to 8 live on the wide world of sports, starting with the main race of the day, race 5, the Premier Stakes. Now this is the clash of some very good horses, Potrero, Volcanic Prince and St Jude. St Jude has got the best of the weights, and perhaps there's an omen in the fact that St Jude is the patron saint of the helpless. I like him, TAB number 8 St Jude in the Premier Stakes. Race 6 is the Grey Stars Handicap, a race for grey horses. A beautiful picture, but not such good racing. If you have to have a bet, TAB number 8 Silver Horizon, Malcolm Johnston's mount. In race 7, easily the best bet of the day, TAB number 2 Kessam. He's too good for these. He won't be at flash odds, but you'll finish with more money than you started with. And in race 8, I like a horse at good value, TAB number 10 Go Bellbird, to be ridden by Mark de Montfort. Should be at a nice price, and he's been quite unlucky at his last 2 starts. I think he'll nearly win. Good luck, good punting. Back to Ken Sutcliffe.
Good on you, thanks Kenny. We'll be rejoining Ken and John throughout the afternoon for the running of races 5, 6, 7 and 8. Just part of the action coming your way today. Here's a sample of some of the rest.
And it's a great meeting there, Tommy. I hope you got all your red tulip.
Yeah, George, I've just had a munch, as a matter of fact, and 3,000 people got Red Tulip Favourites chocolates. Free admission to everybody at Rose Hill today. Crowd somewhere around 18 or 19,000. A magnificent day. Track is in good order, and spring means good horses, and we've got more than a smattering of them in the race coming up. A race chock full of interest, Ken. A couple of smart 3-year-olds against some of the older seasoned brigades, such as Wong, Boasting, and of course our Poverty Bay. Tricky race.
It is a good race, John, and let's have a look at what prices the toters served up for us. Number 1 Potrero is at 3.5 to 1, paying $4.20 now. We'll make that 13 to 4, just better than 3 to 1. That old Marvel Wong is out to 10 to 1. Boasting is into 11 to 1. Our Poverty Bay, probably a little bit short for him. He's a 9 to 1 chance. Regal Native at 40 to 1. Sioux Chief is at 60 to 1. Number 7, Volcanic Prince, I think that's very good odds. He looked an absolute treat in the mounting yard. He's got a super chance. He's at 6 to 1. The horse I tipped as favourite, St Jude, paying $2.60. Odds of about 13 to 8, just better than 6 to 4. $2.60 for $1. He's got the bigger weight advantage, being a 3-year-old, and that'll give him a great chance. Malcolm Johnston is the rider. And Integra, the other 3-year-old to be ridden by Shane Dye, is paying $10 on the tote. Odds of 9 to 1. Poetic Chant ran in an earlier race. St Jude to win, Johnny, but I did like the look of Volcanic Prince.
Righto, Ken. Well, we'll soon know, because these runners are moving in very, very quickly now. That horse there in the pale blue and purple colours is St Jude, a Queensland-trained 3-year-old with Bruce McLaughlin, Malcolm Johnston, the rider, and of course he showed great form as an autumn 2-year-old. And these younger horses get a terrific weight allowance in these early weight for age races. And if ever he's going to upset the older horses, today'll be the day. Now St Jude moves in. We're waiting on Wong, Sioux Chief and Regal Native. Old Regal Native is now a 7-year-old, winner of the 1988 Epsom, but he's never really recaptured the form of the spring of 88. Now they're all in with the exception of Integra. Only a little fellow, Integra, I'm sure you'll agree. There he is, a little more than a pony, really. But look at that beautiful blue sky overhead as Integra moves into the gates, and they're ready for a start in the Red Tulip Favourite Premier Stakes. Billy Dale, starter, onto his stand, has the button, and they're about to break. They look good. Potrero, the inside runner. Volcanic Prince wants to move a bit. Set. Racing, good start, bar Integra, who dwelt his last out of the barrier. St Jude, hard-ridden from an outside gate, is trying to lead, but Volcanic Prince is going to hold him out. Wong is running third, Potrero close handy today in 4th spot, and then our Poverty Bay, followed by Boasting and Sioux Chief. Integra back second last, and Regal Native is last. At the end of 300 metres, it's Volcanic Prince by about 3/4 on St Jude. A length away Wong, a length and a half to our Poverty Bay, up closer than expected on the outside of Potrero. A length to Sioux Chief, and then Boasting and Integra with Regal Native last as they come through the gap onto the course proper. 600 out, Volcanic Prince is the leader. 3/4 to St Jude, 2 to Wong and a half to Our Poverty Bay, being ridden a bit now. A gap to Petrero, flat to the boards, followed by Sioux Chief, Integra, Boasting and Regal Native. Heads a turn for home. St Jude is quickly throwing down the gauntlet to Volcanic Prince. Our Poverty Bay on the outside, looming up, followed by Wong. Petrero's run into a dead end, and then Sioux Chief and Integra. At the 200, St Jude got to the lead, but he's flat chat. He got away a length or more now to Wong. Integra on the outside is running home hard. He's the danger. Integra swamping St Jude. Petrero getting a late rails run, but Integra wins the Premier. Integra beat Wong second, St Jude third, Petrero fourth, Our Poverty Bay fifth, and then Boasting, followed by Sioux Chief, Regal Native, and Volcanic Prince ran out of puff. He's last in the Premier. Integra, ridden by Shane Dye, has scored a great first-up win in the Red Tulip Premier Stakes. Number 9, Integra, to pay $10 and $2.20. Number 2, Wong second, to pay $3.20. And St Jude third, number 8, will pay a place dividend of $1.40. That's the little horse I was telling you about before they jumped. You know the old adage, good things come in little bundles, and you've seen his win on Wide World of Sports.
Only just run. It was the Red Tulip Premier Stakes over 1,200 metres at Rose Hill. And the correct numbers: 9, 2 and 8 Integra, $10.80 and $2.20. Wong came second, $3.20, and St Jude, the one a lot of people were backing, $1.40. Kenny Callender has a tip for Sydney Race 6. It's number 8, Silver Horizon. Let's go to the AFL, and there were 3 games being played today. Round 19, of course, of the competition at Waverley. Match of the day status, and Hawthorn up against St Kilda. Again, the Hawks must win. And Dermot Brereton wanting to kick a lot of goals at the moment. It's only 2 points of difference, and St Kilda leading. At Princess Park, another desperation game, this time for Footscray, who are up against Fitzroy.
To Rose Hill for one of the most spectacular thoroughbred sights you're ever likely to see. It's the only race on the Australian turf for all grey horses, and Ken, they make a pretty picture.
Yes, John, I used to be a bit of a narc and be against this race, but it is a good spectacle, and if it gets people through the gates, what the heck, and you can bet on it too. Let's look at the prices. Number 1, Supperman at 9 to 1. Lee Kate Ann, Mick Dittman's mount is at the same price. Raffin Ruler at 15 to 1. Gunburnie is a scratching. French Star, trained by Max Lees, ridden by Darren Beedman, paying $8.10, just over 7 to 1. Loctoni Prince, he'll be near the lead early. He's at 10 to 1. 14, Comanche Prince. I've tipped Malcolm Johnson's mount, Silver Horizon. Everyone seems to like him. He's favourite at 5 to 2, or she is, I should say. 14, Classic Tempo. 25, Greybridge. 8, The Pirate King. 20, Count Diablo. 60, Zephanique. 100, Chatham Road. 25, Mr. Caruso. 60, Liberty Light. Dawn Ballerina is scratched. And the roughie, Casino Rose at 200 to 1. Here's Johnny Tapp.
Well, quite often when calling a race, I make mention of the grey moving up or the grey dropping out. I won't be able to say it this time, that's for sure, because we have 16 of the blighters. And you watch them when they leap out of the starting stalls. It'll be quite a sight. Raffin Ruler and Chatham Road. They're the 2 to come up. Raffin Ruler, Chatham Road to move up, and they'll be all set for the Bernard Hammerman Grey Stars. French Star, Loctoni Prince, Comanche Prince are facing well. Silver Horizon is drawn down close to the inside. Classic Tempo, Greybridge stands well. Mr. Caruso, Liberty Light, Casino Rose. They're all set now. Starter Billy Dale onto his rostrum, has the button, and they're about to break. They look good. Stalls open, they're off in the Bernard Hammerman, and slow to move Zephanique from the inside is last to leave the gate. Leke Dan bounced out in front, headed quickly by Count Diablo. Silver Horizon quickly spearing along the fence into a good spot, and then Loctoni Prince, followed by Raffin Ruler. French Star is prominent soon after the start, and then Casino Rose. The Pirate King is getting between horses. Chatham Road can't get on the track from his wide gate, and then Supperman, and further back in the field, Classic Tempo, Liberty Light, followed by Greybridge, Mr. Caruso. Caruso, and Zephyrnika's last after that slow start. 700 out, Count Diablo the leader. Leke Dan second, Loctoni Prince third on the outside of Silver Horizon. A length away, Raffin Ruler, then the Pirate King. In that bunch, Comanche Prince, followed by Superman, French Star, Chatham Road very deep, and then Liberty Light, Casino Rose and Grey Bridges. They turn the corner in the home stretch now, and Leke Dan sprinted quickly, raced to the lead at the 300. Silver Horizon running on, followed by Loctoni Prince, and then the Pirate King and Raffin Ruler, but Leke Dan is a mile in front with 150 to go. Here's the Pirate King setting sail after him. Leke Dan going up and down in the one spot. The Pirate King is swamping him. The Pirate King is the Grey Star for 1990, and the Pirate King beat the fast finishing Superman second. Leke Dan third in front of Classic Tempo, Grey Bridge and Zephyrnique, followed by Raffin Ruler, Comanche Prince, Loctoni Prince, Silver Horizon, Every Hope, and further back Mr. Caruso, French Star, Chatham Road, then Liberty Light, Casino Rose, and the early leader Count Diablo is last home in the Bernard Hammerman Grey Stars for 1990, the Pirate King. Ridden by Ricky Cartwright, trained by Ray Guy, is the Bernard Hammerman Grey Star for 1990. Number 11, the Pirate King, 740 and 260. Number 1, Superman, getting up for second, RS Die, to pay $4. And number 2, Leke Dan, which looked all over a winner when 3 lengths in front at the 200 mark, got weary in the last bit. Leke Dan, a place dividend of $3.30. Well, okay, there we go. The Grey Stars handicap for 1990, quite a spectacular sight on Wide World of Sports.
At 1,200 metres at Rosehill, the correct numbers 11, 1 and 2. The Pirate King, $7.40 and 260. Superman, $4. And Leke Dan, $3.30. There you go. All right, Kenny Callender has a tip for race 7. It's number 2, Kesem. Scores in the AFL. We've got race 7 at Rosehill coming up. Our man on the spot, Johnny Tapp. It's been a marvellous day at Rosehill, and he's got some more for us.
Well, George, the race is called the Ladro Handicap, so let's see if we can figure the winner. And Kesem, obviously, is favourite and very short at that. In fact, I can see a splash of red everywhere I look. Ken, if my calculations are correct, he should win easily because he's been winning over distances which appear to be unsuitably short. And I've got the feeling that 1900, maybe even a little further, is going to suit this horse right down to the ground.
Ditto, John. I couldn't agree with you more. We're not going to get rich backing him. We're mugs if we don't tip him. He does look the winner. At the moment, he's showing 5 to 4 on the tote. Bookie's got him a bit shorter. Let's look at the prices. Our Palliser at 14 to 1. Kesem at 5 to 4 on. 20 Record Dash, 11 LA Streak, 14 Anybody Home, 20 Kenny Garinsky, 7 Live Wire Lady, 30 Purple Lover, 9 Miss Amazer. Long odds the others. Here's John.
And a pretty good start from the inside. Loyal Attack, one of the first out, but immediately eases. And crossing over quickly, Kenny Garinsky goes to the front at a pretty good gallop in the early stages. Now, close handy when they get going is Kesem, followed by Anybody Home, and Record Dash is prominent in the run to the first corner. But Kenny Garinsky is setting a pretty good pace and leads by 2.5 on Record Dash. The Bow moves to third. 2.5 to Kesem, suited by the fast pace, and then Anybody Home and Livewire Lady. Just behind those came Retford as they swing to the back. Midfield is Purple Lover, then Miss Amazer, followed by Loyal Attack and Our Palliser, with LA Streak last of all, about 12 lengths off the lead. At the 1200 mark, it's Kenny Garinsky at a good gallop, about 4 to Record Dash and a half length to the Bow. A length and a quarter Kesem on the inside of Purple Lover, followed by Livewire Lady on the outside of Anybody Home. A bit more than a length to Retford and Loyal Attack, followed by Our Palliser being bustled along. In that bunch is Miss Amazer and LA Streakers last as they go to the top turn, and Kenny Garinsky is giving plenty of cheek. He's gone further ahead. At the 800, Kenny Garinsky opened up a lead of 8 lengths now on Record Dash, followed by the Bow, and then Kesem, who's strung up on the fence. He's in a bit of bother on the favourite. Purple Lover on the outside as they race down to the 600 mark, followed by Retford. Livewire Lady. Kesem is caught behind a tied one and got shuffled back into the field. Anybody Home and Miss Amazer well back with Our Palliser and LA Streak. Kenny Garinsky with a big lead on the turn. turn. Kenny Gorinsky straightened up about 6 on Kessam, who's out now. And Kessam is going out after the leader, followed by Live Wire Lady, then Purple Lover and LA Streak. Kessam looks pretty good coming to the 200 as he ranges alongside Kenny Gorinsky. Dittman took a long, lingering look over the left shoulder, and Kessam quickly raced clear of Kenny Gorinsky, followed by LA Streak. But the further they go, the further he gets ahead, and Kessam is one nice horse. Kessam to the line by 4 lengths to LA Streak. Third close, Kenny Gorinsky or Purple Lover, and then Miss Amazer, followed by Our Palace, a Live Wire Lady, Loyal Attack, Retford, Anybody Home. The Bow is second last and tailed off Record Dash. Well, he had panels and panels on those horses. Kessam, number 2, he got a big check at the 800 and still won by 4 lengths. Kessam, $1.80 and $1.30. Number 4 second, LA Streak, $2.80. And close for third between 6 Kenny Gorinsky, $4.60, or number 8 Purple Lover, showing $5.90. And he sure is a handy horse. Kessam on Wide World of Sports.
Correct numbers 2, 4 and 6. Kessam or Kessem, $1.80 and $1.30. LA Streak, $2.80, and Kenny Gorinsky, $4.60. Kenny Callender, who's no mean golfer, I'm here to tell you, has a tip for race 8. It's number 10, Go Bellbird. On the golf course, it's Go Kenny. Time to check the progress scores in the 3 AFL games being played this afternoon. At Waverley, let's go between Hawthorn and St Kilda and see where they stand. And it's the Hawks piling on the pressure. At Fitzroy, or rather at Princes Park, it's Fitzroy against Footscray. And there's a flash score for you, and it's only 1 point the difference, and Fitzroy coming back pretty quickly. And last but not least, MCG, Melbourne playing host to Sydney, the Swans, and they're doing a lot of trailing, unfortunately. Kenny, I don't think they're going to get up, and I think it's the Demons, and that fellow right next to you there, Max Walker, is going to be feeling pretty good at the end of the day. He'll collect all the money.
Yeah, well, he's short of a quid. OK, thanks, George. Here on Wide World of Sports, we're totally remote.
Well, here we are at Rose Hill, and we've got race 8 coming up, the Claren Skincare Handicap. And I was just looking at a horse called Sea Epic as the horses went to the barrier. He cost $750,000 as a yearling. So far, he's won 1 race and about $11,000 in prize money. And it seems that he'll be struggling to win another one. Compare that with Show County, a $20,000 yearling who's won almost $1 million. And of course, you remember Manicato, he cost $3,000 as a yearling, and the Great Bone Crusher cost $2,000. Ken, what a lottery it is, the yearling sale ring.
It sure is, John. The high price tag doesn't make them gallop fast. We'll have a look at the prices here. It's a reasonably open betting race. Number 1, Greek Prince, Mick Dittman's mount, and Nick's in great form today with the treble. It's at 7 to 1. Paul Andic is at 30 to 1. Impresetto at 60 to 1. Right Missile at 33 to 1. Cavalier, Johnny Grisdale's mount, has been very well backed. $4.60, that's 7 to 2. 100 to 1 Agent Provocative. Remember Peter's favourite on the tote, about $3.80, or odds of 11 to 4. 9 to 1 Cabaret Dancer. 20 Black Routine. About time I tipped the winner. I hope this is it. It's nice odds. Go Bellbird. TAB number 10, and it's at 7 to 1. Number 11, Agro Warrior, is also at 7 to 1. Attila Prince at 66. Lord Valrigo at 80. Sea Epic at 100. The horse John spoke of, he can't win. And 20 to 1 Bongo Rhythm. Johnny's even 100 to 1 chance, that high price dealing.
Yeah, and one of the very few Sir Tristrams, of course, that's a bit of a slow coach. One of the great sires in the world, Sir Tristram. Well, now there's Bongo Rhythm, and the farrier sporting the famous leather apron is about to pick up that horse's near hind, much to the disdain of Bongo Rhythm. The farrier must... Ooh, nasty, nasty. That's called a cow kick, and something that you've got to watch. You wouldn't think a horse could do you much damage using the cow kick, but you want to cop one day and see for yourself. Anyway, the farrier is satisfied that that shoe wasn't loose. He must have suspected that it was, but everything's all right. Number 1, apparently, Greek Prince has come in tote betting just in the last couple of minutes. About 5 to 1 now, Greek Prince. Now, Agent Provocative in the all pink, Remember Peter, and there's a riderless one, Impresetto. I think they're blindfolding that horse. Yes, a blindfold on Impresetto. This is one of the old tricks used by the starting staff. Horses, as you notice, they turned him in a few circles so that he'd lose his sense of direction. He didn't know whether he was at Rosehill or Warwick Farm, Impresetto, and he walked straight into the gates. Good old trick, and it works 9 times out of 10. I think the starter and his attendants don't really get the credit they deserve. They're all expert horsemen in their own right, and they do a super job. Now, Impresetto had to be blindfolded, but he moves in, and that paves the way for Sea Epic, and they're about set. Gee, there's strong late support on the tote for number 1, Greek Prince, who's now into 9-2 late. A rush of money for the top weight, mostly by the Dittman fans, no doubt. Starters on his stand, ready, gates open, they're off, and Lord Valrigo dwelt. He was on the back move when the starter said go. Impresetto slow. Black Routine bounced out in front. Cavalier jumped well, and so did Attila Prince and Bongo Rhythm. Sea Epic is out 6 and 7 wide, and the riders pressing on towards the lead. At the head of the others then, Remember Peter, there's trouble up front. Attila Prince got a check. He dropped back, and a couple copped the backwash. Right Missile is striding up quickly around the outside, and Agro Warrior's handy. Not a lot of pace on. Sea Epic in front over Right Missile. Cavalier third at the 1,000 mark. Bongo Rhythm pulling hard behind those horses. And then Agro Warrior, Cabaret Dancer can't get on the track. On the fence, Black Routine. A length away, Greek Prince in a muddling run race, followed by Remember Peter, Attila Prince. Further back, Agent Provocative. At the head of the others then, a good way back in the field came Impresetto. And back towards the tail, Paul Landic and Lord Valrigo, and Go Bellbird in front of about 4. As they come down the side at the 600 mark, it's Cavalier getting up on the inside to join Sea Epic. Right Missile is deep. 2 lengths away, Black Routine, and then Cabaret Dancer, followed by Bongo Rhythm and Agro Warrior. Right off the track, Agent Provocative, even wider, Impresetto as they turn the corner. Into the straight, Cavalier just led from Black Routine, and Right Missile on the outside. They're clear of Bongo Rhythm. Remember Peter threading his way through the pack. He's trying to get out. Here he comes now, Remember Peter. At the 200, Cavalier, race clear. Remember Peter coming out of the pack is going after him. Black Routine is hanging on gamely. Remember Peter pounces on Cavalier, hits the lead, and Peter is too good. Remember Peter draws away to beat Cavalier. Third, Black Routine. Then Right Missile, Agro Warrior, Paul Landic, Greek Prince anchored by the big weight. Then Impresetto, Bongo Rhythm, Go Bellbird, Attila Prince, Cabaret Dancer. Well back, Agent Provocative and Sea Epic, and Lord Valrigo as one of the last. Well, Malcolm had to weave his way through the pack. Remember Peter hit the daylight about 150 out and finished brilliantly. Number 7, Remember Peter, $4.10 and $1.80. Number 5, second, and that's Cavalier, a place dividend of $1.80. And looks like number 9, Black Routine, third, a place dividend of $4.70. Oh, boy, it was good when he saw daylight. He was snowed up behind a wall of horses, but once he got a crack at them, it was good night, nurse. Hope you backed a few winners on Wide World of Sports.
The Sydney race had a good race it was too. The Clarence Skincare Welter over 1,500 metres. The correct numbers 7, 5 and 9. Remember Peter, $4.10, $1.80. Cavalier, $1.80, and Black Routine, $4.70. Hope you've had a good afternoon punting. All right, let's check the progress scores in the AFL. It's round 19, as we said. The match of the day, Hawthorn and St Kilda playing at Waverley, and it's a good game. And as you can see there, 26 points the difference, and it's the Hawks in front. At Princes Park, Footscray up against Fitzroy. Another close game for a little while, but at the moment, Footscray just kicking ahead again. And at the MCG, Melbourne playing Sydney, and the Demons, Kenny, just too strong for the Swans, no matter how hard they try.
For joining us. Also today, all the weekend rugby league and AFL scores. But first to Caulfield in Melbourne for race 5, the Victorian Health Chirnside Stakes. The track was slow with Street Ruffian the favourite at 11-4.
As they sweep around the home turn, Ben Barra King pulled out. Street Ruffian led into the straight, down to the 250 by 2 lengths now. To running on as the Strawberry Ranch plus Embassy battling away. Ben Barra King is on the outside, finishing well. It's the Street Ruffian in front with 100 metres to go. Ben Barra King 3 lengths behind us, trying to reach Street Ruffian. The Ruffian's clear though, nearing the line, and Street Ruffian wins the Chirnside by a length.
The favourite Street Ruffian home at 11-4 ahead of Ben Barra King at 6-1 and Dancer's Choice at 13-4. Now to Sydney and race 5, the $75,000 Red Tulip Premier Stakes.
Prince is taken on by St Jude, who went to the lead. The rider looking over the shoulder, and Volcanic Prince headed off by St Jude. Tightly, Potrero's got nowhere to go. Our Poverty Bay and Integra running home well. Now Wong is coming at St Jude, whose rider's gone for the... There's an opening for Potrero. Can he get through? He's going down the inside row, but Integra hit the lead, and Integra has won it from in the second placing a tight go. Wong.
From the outside barrier, a great win to Shane Dye on Integra at 12-1 ahead of Wong and the favourite St Jude at 6-4. 4 Australian golfers are still in the hunt for the US PGA crown after a fascinating second round at Shoal Creek.
The season's first weight for age event, the Churnside Stakes, was the main race at Caulfield this afternoon. Sydney 4-year-old Show County was scratched, leaving Street Ruffian as the favourite. Here's the closing stages of the $100,000 sprint.
Into the straight, and Street Ruffian giving them something to chase. Got away from the fence, led by a length and a quarter average game. Plush Embassy in third place, followed by Strawberry Ranch inside the 200. Street Ruffian still going great guns. Down the outside, Benbara King's coming home late with Dancer's Choice. It's still Street Ruffian, a length and a half clear. Benbara King flying, but too late. Street Ruffian won by a length. Benbara King, length and a half away third, Dancer's Choice.
Yes, Street Ruffian's liking of the slow track was obvious right from the start, and he won by 3/4 of the length in a time of 60.3 seconds. Now let's check the multiple forms of betting, and the extra double on 4 and 2 returned $89.25. The daily double paid $14.05 on 7 and 6. The quadrella paid a handy $985 even for the combination 2, 7, 4 and 6. And the quad extra on 7, 4, 6 and 2 paid $358.90. American heavyweight Mike the Bounty Hunter.
Kyneton-trained Street Ruffian gave his rivals a galloping lesson in this afternoon's weight for age Churnside Stakes at Caulfield. He led all the way, holding on to beat Benbara King and Dancer's Choice. 2 favourites home as we check results. The first was won by World Bank at 14-1. Came again after looking beaten about 1,000 metres from home. Great Sabre won the second, first up and way over the odds at 20-1. The third to Claire's Girl, and John Didham rode Great Sabre, his brother Paul booting home Claire's Girl. It started at 11-2, Father Midge the winning trainer. The fourth to Ritual Star at 12-1, squeezed through a very narrow gap in the straight to get the money after easing from sevens. Now the Churnside race 5.
Benbara King is on the outside, finishing well. It's the Street Ruffian in front with 100 metres to go. Benbara King 3 lengths behind us, trying to reach Street Ruffian. The Ruffian's clear, though, nearing the line, and Street Ruffian wins the Churnside by a length. Benbara King. Dancer's Choice is 2 lengths away third.
He's backed in rather from 7-2 to 11-4 and showed tearaway pace to score. The favourite Cool Special pulled hard in this.
Lord Delamere is coming with the best run, takes the lead from High Waters. Marvin is weakening, but Lord Delamere is drawing right away from High Waters. My Dark Rebel late, but Lord Delamere will canter home. Lord Delamere wins it by about 2.5 lengths. My Dark Rebel has got up for second. High Waters is third.
Lord Delamere relished the soft ground to win at 6-1, scoring by 3 lengths. Spendidime, a disappointing favourite here.
Pearl got to the lead. Tenacious Prince tackles immediately. Then came Miss Norley and Tickler threading through. Tenacious Prince has taken the lead now from Flying Pearl and then Miss Norley. Tenacious Prince ridden out near the line. Miss Norley comes at it, but Tenacious Prince wins it by a neck to Miss Norley. Dud Hero's flown home for third, just in front of...
Wide all the way, but made it 3 in a row. Tenacious Prince scoring at 6-1. The favourite Pacific showed fight in the last.
A line of 3 at the 200. Pacific just put a nose in front. Our Silver Jan, white riding hands and heels going after Pacific. Pacific fights on, and Our Silver Jan. Pacific a half head in front. Our Silver Jan tries to reach her, but Pacific has done well enough. One at a long head. Pacific from Our Silver Jan. And getting up for third, the Cat's Pyjamas in a photo.
So 4 in a row to Pacific, winning at 15-8, but the run of the second horse, Very Big, was wide most of the journey. Now the daily double 7 and 6 paid $14.05. Extra for 4 and 2, $89.25. The quadrella 2, 7, 4 and 6, $985 even, and the quad extra 7, 4, 6 and 2, $358.95. And Sue, for tonight, that's all in sport.
Did you back any winners today, Greg?
I kept the hands firmly in the pockets today.
How sensible.
No damage.
OK, thanks, Greg. See you next week.
OK.
Now the weather, and although we started off with fairly unsettled conditions, the day ended up fine and mild, and very pleasant it was too. Around Victoria...
$1,000. Street Ruffian successful for Darren Triandafaloo. He'd been at Werribee earlier in the day, this young jockey. He'd lost the first race on protest, drove his car in a hurry to Caulfield and landed the money in the big one of the day.
Street Ruffian had already won at weight for age a fortnight ago in Adelaide, and he's recognised as one of Australia's fastest horses. Show County Scratching took the class from the top of the $100,000 race. The established star was the Stradbroke winner Plush Embassy, with a mix of off-peak sprinters and up-and-coming 4-year-olds. Street Ruffian was the first out of the barrier and a clear leader before the home turn.
Street Ruffian giving them something to chase. Got away from the fence, led by a length and a quarter average game. Plush Embassy in third place, followed by Strawberry Ranch inside the 200. Street Ruffian still going great guns. Down the outside, Benbara King's coming home late with Dancer's Choice. It's still Street Ruffian, a length and a half clear. Benbara King flying, but too late. Street Ruffian won by a length. Benbara King, length and a half away third, Dancer's Choice, and then So Gay Paris.
This was Street Ruffian's third consecutive victory, and suddenly his trainer Michael Hewson is considering next week's $250,000 Manikato Stakes.
The Manikato wasn't on his program, but it'll be considered. But then